Yeah, so it snowed. A lot. Today I was gonna get it running, but it seems like it's cold and I don't really want to do that right now. But this is the life of the trash panda. So now that I don't want to get it running, I'm kind of stuck at a weird place where what do I do for this week's episode? Because I'm trying to stick to every week. I feel like one day a week should be able to do something physical on a car for 10 minutes. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is there was a comment on the last video that was asking about it's the Ae86 fuel system, and that has to be like the first like big problem. Where do you stare at? Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna take you through an Ae86's fuel system, gas tank. We're gonna start at the gas tank and we'll see how far we get. Okay, so I could go into the old video and figure out where everything is. I'm hoping that's my gas tank. If it's not, and I believe there might be a fender around here, but I haven't really been close. So what is this? That is a box. That is a box full of window trim that I need to put on the window. Yeah, that's great. Super fucking super fun. Is there... Okay, I may have moved the fender since I don't see that, but we do need to get underneath this bitch. Oh, here I go swearing. I don't think I'm supposed to swear. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. So let's see what we got under here. Okay, so usually usually Ae86 will have a skirt here, and then these straps will hold in your gas tank, and there'll be plastic, if it's still stock, which I don't imagine it will be. Sometimes has like a plastic protector, so you have your bumper in the way and a skirt that comes around here. I just cut mine off because I don't really need it. So these straps hold in your gas tank, and can I find where they connect to? Oh, they're so cold. Anyways, they sit with a bolt. Where the fuck is it? I think it might be over there somewhere. Anyways, I didn't cut out the mount for this, did I? I hope I didn't cut out the mount, because it's gonna sit, like, the gas tank is gonna sit in here. Then can't remember if it's like a 17 mil bolt that holds it there, and then you'll have your filler neck in here, which will be a couple bolts, and so the filler neck will slide out under here, and oh yeah, I guess so. You won't want to drop it though. You want to support under it with like a jack, and it'll be there. Probably a piece of wood, because it is a bunch of like fuel and stuff like that. But we will go into here. I don't know. I'm not gonna even lift it up. We're just gonna take a look. Oh, and I only need to get this far. Okay, so you'll have a spare tire there, and it won't be a giant hole. And you won't have these giant holes. And these giant holes are like useful, but like not stock. There'll be a cover here with a gasket, and an electrical cord. Maybe are any of these the ends? Oh, you know what? There's the remnants of something. There'll be a wire that goes into here through a gasket, and what will end up happening is they'll take this off and okay, I'm gonna get to my fuel pump, but it's actually the fuel level sender or whatever. and the fuel pump's going to be over here, and you're not going to be able to get to it. So you do want to disconnect your battery first, of course, not to short circuit anything, and then take off your actual, there'll be 2 wires in here. You can unbolt this, and then the wires will come through there, and that should unhook all the actual wiring to the gas tank. But then you'll have to probably, I'd take off, I would take off this whatever tire, and then the hard part is going to be these 3 things. Like, so there's going to be 3 wires, and they're not 3 wires, 3 tubes, and they're going to look like this. And so they connect to the fuel pump right here, like underneath this. And so it'll be blind. And so what you'll do is you'll start to lower the gas tank just a little bit, and it should give you more clearance to then get in there, and 2 hose clamps, and then 1 I'm gonna check in later. I'll show you what wrench it is for the fuel line. And so you need to take 2 wrenches and break that fuel line, and then it'll come undone, and then you should be able to lower it down. So the wires and those, and then the 2 bolts should be all that's like holding in your gas tank. I wouldn't want to actually like trust that, but that's the gist of it, I guess. Okay, and now I have to find my gas tank. So I might actually go inside and look at where I left it. Okay, so I think this is the gas tank, and I put it sideways. So that wouldn't get a bunch of snow in it. Wow, thoughtful of me. But now I have a new clip to edit, and yeah, I'll be back. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's what I should have been doing. Oh well, we live, laugh, love, learn. Okay, so this is a GTS gas tank. That's not important for right now. It'll be important in a little bit. You know, we'll just explain it. Well, my thought is there. SR5 gas tank will uses a carburetor, so it doesn't need half the fuel pressure. It doesn't need any of the fuel pressure that a GTS will need. But the only real difference, and this is all like, this advice, but like if you're figuring this stuff out, you also like cross-reference things, don't trust one source. But yeah, it has baffles in there and a different, I believe this is a top hat, that will head in there. Oh yeah, when you're coming from the bottom, that is not what you'll see. You'll see this with an extra pipe. I think it's that extra pipe. But there'll be 2 hose clamps that you'll need to take off and pull that off. And then there is this. And it'll have and so you need 2 wrenches, one on this side and one on the other fitting. And you'll move them in opposite directions and break it open. And then these will be the wires that you unhook. This is for a Toyota truck, but it's of the same era, so they're pretty close to the same thing. So the undo bolts, there'll be a rubber gasket probably connected just like that, because it should be old and weird. And then when you pull this out, it should have that sitting there. And so that's your fuel pump, and it'll probably have, if you look back at my other video when I show inside the Home Depot bucket, it should have a strainer there. And so it sits there in there, probably hose clamped, and then it will run into, so there'll be a hose clamp to that thing, and then that thing will take it out, and that's the high pressure feed. And then there should just be the 2 wires that hook up. One is power and one is ground. So man, I've really bastardized this. Should go for the stock one. Okay, yeah. So your power wire should come in. It's probably blue. Don't quote me on that. And that will run to, it should say positive and negative. And so the blue wire should run to the positive, and then the other one is a ground, and all it has to do is get to metal. And so on this one, it's literally just goes from, you connect it to that. Oh, wait, no. Connect it to that. And then it just runs to the ground. And then that ground, since it just needed metal, then comes out the top. And they're not actually connected, it's just that they touch the same conductive point, whatever. Okay, so say you pull out that. This, I can't find this. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm guilty of being unorganized and impulsive. And I thought I had something, but now I don't. But if that was the top, and this is the side view, it's just like a wire thing that has a float on it. So that's where the bolts would go. It's not gonna look like this, but it's sort of like, it's skinny like that anyways. And then this floats on top of your fuel level. And as it goes up and down, so because this is your gas tank, if your fuel's here, the float's down here. If your fuel's here, your float's up here. And then I think that corresponds with an arm up top. And that will change the voltage, and that will read your gauge if you're empty, or if this is all the way at the top, it'll read full. And so that's a quick introduction to what's in that hole. Oh, and then I would never suggest pulling this off. You really shouldn't. It's just that mine was under so much corroded and crusty, but you think it would just come off, but it doesn't. It has this sort of baffle. I think it's just so stuff can't run back up. Or, oh, that's the vent. Anyways. Ugh. Yes, that's what tells the pump to shut off when your gas tank's full. So yeah, should be two hose clamps and one bolt. Wires for this and wires from this, which come out the top. Then the two straps. And that should be your gas tank. Besides taking off your cap and the 4 bolts that hold the gasket inside your pocket flap. And so it's not like super serious. I think, I guess safety wise, you're supposed to, of course, at all times you will not put your glove on backwards. You'll first drain. Here's your fuel drain, and I think it's just it's one of the sockets. I think it's a mid-size socket, 4-post, and so you just take your actual socket or an extension and should be able to break it and drain it when it's underneath your car over there. Yeah, it would be the first step, and then dispose of your fuel properly. Yeah, so hopefully next time we will actually put it in, but I need to do an oil change on that within the next hour.
Fun fact,
it's not going to be very much
I
fun.
did not do the oil change.
I didn't dig it out. And then fix my winter car. I don't even know if I'm...
Fun fact, I did not fix my car either.
Yeah, I got shit to do, so... see you next time.